you so much, everyone, for joining in. While we saw the report unveiling and we saw the numbers that we're saying, right? And I know that quick commerce report is the quick commerce size in India is $7 billion, which is 10% of e-retail, and it's going to be 20%. But since we are into this ecosystem, we are in this agency, we are in the marketing ecosystem. You guys been doing it from different parts, maybe brands or the data partner or platform owner. Just to share one personal anecdote, few months back when I was sitting at home and my 12-year-old daughter, she had to go for a birthday which had a particular dress code. Apparently, it was black and red, and apparently she didn't have any red, as usual, as in when you have to go there, you don't have anything, right? So then suddenly she asked, I don't have anything in red, what do I do? That is when she looked at me, I had no clue what to do, because she was supposed to go in half an hour. And then quickly my wife picked up the phone, and she ordered t-shirt from Blinkit, and it came in 15-20 minutes. And she got it, and then that is when it hit me, this is actually working. The consumers' behaviors are actually changing, and which is, I'm sure my wife is much more adept to it than I am. But that is where this is going. Having said that, just wanted to understand from you guys, and maybe Gautam, I'll start with you, as we call you Bhishma Pitama of the group. Those of you who don't know, he's been with the group for last 20 years or so, hence we call him in a joking fashion. But since you see this horizontally, right, and we work on with multiple brands on quick commerce, how are you seeing consumer behavior change, and what does it mean for brand as you see it?
Yeah, thanks, Ashul. So I think both your example and I think LD alluded to it when he was talking, and I'll follow that up with an anecdote, right? So my niece is visiting from Delhi tomorrow, right? And I'm quite sure by evening we will realize that she wants rajma to eat, and my wife will decide to order. We're a South Indian home, so we don't necessarily make that, but she will make this choice. She will order 250 grams of rajma, right? And because you need only one portion, when she goes away, we don't need it further. So that's the amount she'll order. And that will have to come today because it'll have to be soaked overnight and it'll be cooked next day, right? So now you look at the implications for marketers. So you're looking at an SKU of 250 grams. You're looking for rajma in Bombay, right? And that's being ordered at night before the soaking has to be done, right? So this is the complexity advertiser has to see from their end, which is, I need to know which SKU needs to appear when she searches for rajma, at what point and which brand should appear at that point and which pack size. So that's something that we are referring to as what, this speed of delivery is impacting the market. And in order to win here, this is how you need to appear. And today, that's available at a city level. It's available at a day part level. You need to order for the next day. You need to order for your maid has to come and cook. All sorts of permutations go in there. And finally, you may actually order when you see an ad. So there are so many other things that are happening externally environment that now are impacting how we buy. And that means that how you set up campaigns, how you make sure that your visibility is always on, becomes critical for a marketer, and has so many nuances of the categories coming in there. And that's really, that's really where we are looking for this playbook to kind of answer some of these questions and help us prepare better to solve for these. The other side of it is that it becomes a very, very complex management of campaigns and all of that. And so it also means that you need a lot more technology to come in. And that's a big evolving space in this area.
No, I completely agree. And that is when we are working on the report, I realized two things that I picked up from that is, it depends what you're ordering and when this gets picked. For example, as an example, your staples are bought most on before breakfast and before evening dinner when you cook. At the same time, chocolates, if you were to, then people would crave for after lunch or after dinner. So that is when, as a brand, you need to ensure this is there. Completely agree with you. Pradeep, I'll probably go to you next. Those of you who don't know, he's the co-founder for Zook, which is a vegan bag, if I may say, which is available and it's a big D2C brand. So while on quick commerce, I guess 75% of the quick commerce still grocery, and we are seeing this is going to other categories, right? And we are saying next big could be food, fashion, home, solution, anything else, right? And even pharma for that matter. How do you see a category like yours, how this is entering into quick commerce? What does it mean for you today and what it might mean for you tomorrow?
So I think our journey on quick commerce has been very interesting. Unlike many brands in all the big popular categories in quick commerce who really have been struggling to get into the platform, right? I mean, a lot of them, my friends keep saying, gate khul raha hai to chale jao, right? For us, it was the complete opposite, right? In fact, the channel partners reached out to us and we would say, why does anybody need bags in 10 minutes, right? We've never understood that. And that's why we actually started small and we said only okay to 1 out of the 3, right? The big ones. Very quickly understood why it's called quick commerce, right? Not just because people are buying fast, but we could see the numbers flowing in and then we sort of expanded our portfolio. We are still evolving and understanding why people need it, but clearly one of that is to say you build the brand out, build the brand awareness outside, and then consumer now has their own preference for where they want to buy, how do they see it, and in that journey is where we are sort of flowing as well. So we've come in with a complete surprise of why do people need a product in our category so fast, to now realizing to some extent it is self-consumption, to some extent it's also a gifting use case that is there, and that is where they're buying, because we also, I think back of the mind, everybody is delaying their purchase to the last moment, right? We spoke about, earlier it used to be us planning very late. Now it is the maid also who's planning very late and saying ki,
she knows that.
Yeah, ki bhaiya aloo khatam ho gaya hai, paneer khatam ho gaya hai, please buy it. So if she's also delaying it, I think it's all permeating in terms of when in advance are we going to sort of buy. I mean, similar to your Rajma example happened where, suddenly we said, aaj sabudana khate hain, and then she said, we have to soak it, so you got to tell me tonight and I'll remind you, but you order tonight and then tomorrow you get it, right? So that is what is, I think, driving purchase behavior as well. So it's not just category specific, but it's also, general user buyer behavior change, which is resulting in all of this, in my view.
Super, no, thank you, I completely agree. Gaurav, I'll go to you next. While we're discussing backstage, right, and thanks for educating me, I guess healthcare in general, wellness product are going really strong on quick commerce platform, in general and e-pharma platforms. What has been the pattern that you guys seeing from the customer standpoint, and how do you see this entire e-pharma space growing in next 2 to 3 years?
So good evening. I think firstly I would like to thank MMA and Anshul to you for adding us to the panels, because I think we are the unique to this entire panelists, because we are the pharma, more science oriented, and when we see panelists or sponsors, they are more from media or publishers or advertising agency side. So thank you for those invitation, MMA and Anshul. I think I will answer this question, or maybe I will decode this into 2 parts. From Sun Pharma perspective. So when we talk about health and wellness, so there is like for generic people or for consumer, they look this as one single category. But when we decode internally this is 2 separate category for us. So health is more of your impulsive buying, where we have pain products, ORS, to extend certain hair care products which are needed, and which fortunately is growing as almost 4 to 5x compared to your marketplace or e-commerce channel. When we look at the wellness part or the lifestyle part, which is your proteins, skin care, hair care, nutraceuticals, those still are growing, not exponentially the way the pain or the ORS has happened. And I think when we were doing some customer research or maybe some trying to understand the buying pattern from the respective Q-commerce platform. So interestingly, for any pain relief or ORS, so again I'm joining this from the playbook. There is impulsive buying, there is a need, and there is a premium. So you have impulsive, you have need where this pain, ORS, if you're suffering from diarrhea, or you got hurt when you were playing, or your child got hurt, or you need to add to your cart because of the basket size. You see the growth happening organically as well as inorganically because of the expansion of the dark stores. But when similar way, when you look at the premium products or the lifestyle products, it is still taking some time to get the acceptance in the quick commerce. But over the time, I'm sure the way things are evolving and growing, we could see a better journey even for the premium products or wellness products in the quick commerce segment.
I completely agree, and I hope we digitize the chemist nearby who delivers any which is in 10 minutes. Thank you. Saurabh, I'll come to you now. You guys that run the vServe platform, right?
Yeah.
So just wanted to understand, as Gautam was also saying, that this platform, this entire ecosystem is generating a lot of data.
Correct.
And on the agency side, we are seeing a lot of data, a lot of campaign, many things to manage, right?
Correct.
When we come to platform like yours, how are you seeing, how can we leverage this immense amount of data to maybe help personalize better or manage the strategies better? But what do you think, what can be done from brand standpoint, and how do they ensure they get better ROI?
Got it. Okay. Good evening, everyone. So let me tell you that we are extensively working with Publicis, right? Publicis has been the longest running partner for us. At Audience Pro, which is India's largest consumer intelligence platform, we've got data intelligence, consumer intelligence coming from many sources, right? As we've been talking about quick commerce, there are consumers going and buying instantly within, they need 10 minutes delivery, they are buying across multiple categories. Quick commerce has grown and penetrated into numerous categories as well. So right from a CPG to someone who's selling a bag, to somebody like Skoda also. We've seen Skoda ads running there, and you can have a test drive done. So also quick commerce has gone to many markets as well, right? Now this has generated a lot of customer base as well, and there's a lot of attributes that is being generated. Now at Audience Pro, what happens is basically we are able to garner all this information, okay? We make it accessible to the marketers, wherein marketers can very easily log into the platform. It's a self-serve tool. You have intelligence of over 640 million user profiles and over 2,000 plus segments, right? Very recently, we also partnered with Zepto. So Zepto is one of our recent partnership which we've done. All the various attributes which are there, right? Be it in terms of CPGs, it could be in terms of beverages. Somebody is going and buying some bags, right? All intelligence is readily available, right? So all the marketers can go and access this information and plug it into the off platform, which is your Google, Meta, and the biddable platforms, right? Also on the personalization front, I've seen such beautiful campaigns coming around, right? There are marketers who are coming out with very interesting creatives, storytelling, right? But what if there is no synergy between a consumer intelligence and the creative, right? Just imagine a beautiful creative being targeted to a person which for him it doesn't matter, right? So the media dollar gets wasted, right? So the impact actually lies wherein the synergies are there, right? So the right creative with the right set of consumer intelligence, that is something which creates impact and drives ROI for everyone. Coming back on the intelligence front, brands right from CPG to BFSI to D2C are extensively using quick com signals in their own ways. CPG no doubt would want to target the X category or the X SKU level data, but there is BFSI who's looking out for evolved audiences, right? There is auto category which is looking out for affluent audiences, right? So there is D2C as well. So we've seen this this momentum going across categories. We are also talking to Gaurav for under the pharma category. So yes, so for the brands, it becomes a very great USP in terms of getting all the intelligence onto one single platform, and with an ease they can easily ship those audience signals onto Meta, Google, and other channels.
Oh, nice. Thanks. Thank you so much, Saurabh. Gautam, I'll come to you now. And though some of the data I'm privy to, but I'll still ask you. So how are you thinking brands are changing their media strategies? I know if I talk about last year or before that, quick commerce was still experimental to an extent, right? But now we are saying this has become like a sales channel separately, which has to be planned accordingly. So what kind of monies you're thinking, you are seeing change from earlier to now, and how they need to think about during their AOP time?
I think as the business moves, automatically draws funding. So I think that natural shift happens across categories. I think where we are seeing very interesting shifts and sometimes goes below the radar a bit, which is quick commerce platforms, very different from the market, actually provide a lot of data from their end for you to target their audiences. Now they don't envisage to get into top funnel or brand building as such, but they are giving these audiences to us to target them elsewhere outside, which is very different from what is happening in the market. And that in itself causes shifts of budgets, right? So you are able to target category buyers off the platforms in places where buyers are paying attention, and that is very unique to what the quick commerce players have enabled. So that's causing certain amount of budget shifts, not just from media to commerce, but the other way around. Commerce budgets are going to media to help drive the bottom funnel sales. So that's one thing we are finding we have to incorporate in our strategies as we look towards the future in terms of building, driving even traffic to some of these places. The other pieces, of course, that's happened, and again, I referred a little bit, is very soon everything will be quick commerce, right? It's not, and then both Amazon, Flipkart, all of these people are back on a level playing field in that sense. And that's going to be a bigger challenge to make sure that, on a going daily basis, you're actually moving budgets a little freely. And there is where you see the big focus coming in. Earlier, you could plan monthly strategies and say, okay, this is my, the budget across the platforms. Now you can't be, looking at such large windows. You need to be more agile and bring in tools and capabilities that allow you to be that agile and make that decisions that quickly to shift budgets.
I completely agree with the amount of data we are generating. More and more automation along with those strategies are needed. Completely agree. I'll come to you, Gaurav, next. Just wanted to know from the assortment innovation standpoint within your industry, health and wellness or OTC brands, what kind of product formats, pack sizes or consumer engagement are you looking for which could align with the demands of quick commerce environment?
So, in terms of assortment, of course, a lot of wellness companies have started doing a change in the assortment, moving from gummies to weight loss biscuits, or maybe powder form of smaller pack of protein powders. But at Sun, again, I would like to answer this from the Sun Pharma perspective. In Sun, we are looking quick com first as a channel assortment, because let me give you again the evolution of quick commerce, the way limited understanding we at Pharma and have of the quick commerce. So if you look, earlier quick commerce was dark stores under 30 minutes or 15 minutes, within 15 minutes. Then quick commerce evolved to superstores. And now if you see dark store, superstore, quick pharmacy. So the way this is getting evolved, and at Sun we are at the right end because we have products which is more at the OTC or a consumer leg. So I will also add a product analogy to this. And we also have products which can go to the quick pharmacy end, which are more chronic in nature, outpatient consumer or customer takes in the regular intervals. So from the assortment and pack size, we are still building on the OTC part. So classically, if you see, if anyone needs to buy a painkiller, of course, officially from the e-pharmacy or a quick pharmacy. They need to, if the painkiller has a painkiller molecule, you need a valid prescription. Either it gets generated on the platform or you have a prescription from the HCP or the doctor. But looking at the need of the product, we have built a separate assortment for quick commerce where the painkiller is integrated herbal and little science or the allopathy part to it. And there the size is, the assortment is, the format is into spray. This we are able to make it available across all the 1,000+ dark stores. And this brand is built on the legacy brand, the mother brand. So when even if this brand is getting marketed into tier 2, tier 3, there is a high recall of the mother brand and the conversion is driving a factor for us. So I think that's from the assortment. Same way we have weight loss and diabetes biscuits, which needs a more OTC flavor, like a weight management, which we are building on the quick commerce. But again, on pack size, our genesis is pharma. So our unit economics matters a lot. So we are still trying to decode the pack size, how, because the brand which are a part of quick commerce, those are not the independent brand which only operates at quick commerce. There is a larger brand or the products available at the chemist, at the modern trade, at the general trade. So we don't want to cannibalize the ticket size of the product. So I think that's
I completely agree. And
I think
while pharma might be nascent in the quick commerce, but I'm so happy to learn that Sun Pharma in particular is doing so many innovation in the product from the quick commerce standpoint. I'll quickly, I know the time is up, so I'll quickly cover two things. Pradeep, one thing from your side, maybe taking learnings from your journey, what do you think D2C brands should be doing to excel on the quick commerce platforms?
Yeah, I think, so for D2C brands like us, where there was never a GT channel, so we never knew how to do fulfillment, that is what we are learning. If we can unlock that, I think we can unlock a lot of business. So that is what they are fighting with us on, and that's what we are fighting internally also to figure out, to be honest, because otherwise we've always had one unit of inventory available across all online channels, so life was much easier. So I think that is the biggest one I would say as an unlock.
I completely agree. And Saurabh, lastly with you, similar question. What do you think brands should be doing to succeed in quick commerce? People are talking about full funnel also in this. But from your lens, what is one thing that brands should do?
Brands should actually be open in terms of testing audiences, okay, which we've already seen. We are currently working with over 300+ brands. Okay, and they are very extensively using audiences, but yes, there are many levers to it. There are different ways and methods which are there. Data is also empowering AI, I would say. When we activate audiences onto Meta and Google, you know, the AI which is there, that's actually getting the very rich and very cream audiences which can be further taken across full funnel. So there are brands who are using audiences across mid, top, as well as for driving performance campaigns and driving ROAS out of it, right? So I feel open for test and be flexible in terms of using multiple audiences there.
Learn from the best what people have done and excel
Absolutely,
and then try
yeah.
to scale. So thank you so much, all of you, for such wonderful insights. I'm so happy. I learned few things, definitely new, which I didn't know. But thank you so much and look forward to working with you guys. Thank you.